I will grant you a single wish.
Hey there, all my gaming friendulums, you speed demons, you. The first 3 episodes of Twisted Metal Season 2 just dropped, slightly earlier for me here in Canada. So Season 2 is officially here. I'm going to be reviewing the first 3 episodes of Twisted Metal Season 2. So buckle your seatbelt if it wasn't already blown off by an explosion or 5. Like most season 2s, we open with John and a little montage of where he is. So he's living on the inside, but it's not all as cracked up to be for him. But he's been forced to train for demolition derby tournaments. And funnily enough, they have him training on a Twisted Metal arcade machine, which I don't actually know if there was an actual Twisted Metal arcade machine in real life. But it was funny that they showed an actual Twisted Metal PlayStation 1 case. Twisted Metal was like one of the first games released early on in the PlayStation's release cycle. And I vividly remember playing it myself, but they actually gave a little close-up shot of the actual jewel case. So they're showing the game in the world, so it has this weird meta edge to it that wasn't in the first season. So they're actually acknowledging that the games exist in the world.
It's all happening!
So Season 2 actually takes place 7 months after the end of Season 1, and Quiet has teamed up with the Dolls, which is a faction from the video game. They're here to challenge the new tournament structure, the tournament that was announced pretty much right away within the first 5 minutes of the season by Mr. Calypso, who we got a little sneak peek at, but we never actually really got a full good look at Anthony Kerrigan as Calypso, not just yet. Anthony Mackie returns as John Doe and Stephanie Beatrice as Quiet, but we also have some new, but beyond Anthony Kerrigan as Calypso, we also have Sailor Bell Curta as Mayhem. We also do get a little look at Sweet Tooth hanging out with his best buddy Stu. Stu appears to be in training about how to be a sociopathic, psychopathic murderer. It has a weird, funny, kind of goofy twist to the fact that Stu is learning how to kill people better thanks to Sweet Tooth. 2 pedals hard into the actual car tournament that Calypso announces in the beginning of the season. So in this season, they're finally capturing the true spirit of the original PlayStation car combat games with the first 3 episodes. Intros are rapid fired. John Doe is training. Quiet joins a gang led by Dollface, and Sweet Tooth is brooding with Stu. This season already more Twisted Metal like the game than the first season. The first season had a lot of great car action, just like this one has and will. But it felt a lot like they were trying to recreate the Road Warrior a lot more than trying to do what the games are like, but the actual spirit where people are actually in cars rigged up with all types of explosive shit. And we even get to see Axel. So that was pretty sweet to see Axel for the first time. So when we only get a quick little glimpse at Calypso, but he's part sinister host, part Dr. Evil with hairy ambitions. Anthony Kerrigan is insane and giddy, just what you'd want from a mastermind ringmaster, brewing the tournament with a wish-granting ending, but also clearly on a manic caffeine drip. But this wish granting is confusing because they're making it seem like it's a magical wish. I guess the wish is something sensible, like I wish for a whole fleet of brand new cars or an entire tank full of gas. The Dolls want is to break down the walls that are separating the inside from the outside. It's almost kind of pointless when you think about it, because even if the walls did came out, there will still be that natural division that just happens within different social structures. The first 3 episodes are basically a carnival of new oddballs. Meet Axel and Mr. Grimm. If you ever dreamed of seeing an exterminator who smells like body odor drive a murder car, your wish is granted with Mr. Grimm. The script still has that funny, goofy, but also adult style from the first season. It's equal parts cringe cheese and gore plug. It has some tonal shifts to new heights of silliness. The dialogue is built from every action movie cliche mashed together, but it does actually work for the tone. And in the first season, a lot of people were accusing Anthony Mackie's John Doe of being too much like Ryan Reynolds with the fast talk, deadpan, and way too many wisecracks. So there's not as much of this in this season so far. He still has those goofy one-liners, but he doesn't say them as much, and he's almost slightly more serious. So it does start off very quickly and gets into a setup that's fast but focus shifting. But we do unexpectedly open the entire season with Raven, where she gets her friend killed at a high school party by screwing around with supernatural type forces. I never really liked flashback openings, especially of an entire season. Flashbacks generally bug the crap out of me, so when an entire new season opens with a flashback, but then we cut to her now and we learn that there's like multiple Ravens all over the country in different parts. Nev's Raven was actually just another Raven, or as they were calling her, the Downtown Raven. So they have Ravens all over the entire country, or the country that they now call the Divided States of America, which is basically what it is right now. I'm assuming the Raven that we see now is the Raven, played by Patty Guggenheim. Could that just be another Raven, and then later on we learn that there's another Raven and it's a bigger Raven? And the new characters were fun. We met Dollface last season. We didn't really get to know her, so far this earlier on in this season, her trying to help John Doe remember. She keeps saying that his real name is Lionel. There could be a twist later on where she was lying the whole time, but she apparently is saying that there's brother and sister. Can't remember at all. He seems to have zero memory of her or the fact that she's a sister, and still believes that his name is John Doe and he was never anyone named Lionel. The first 3 episodes were spent on them trying to develop their relationship and reestablish it. There is a part of me that wonders maybe she's just been playing him the whole time. When they do another little flashback, the beginning of episode 2, we see the beginning of the dolls. And by now, Quiet has become a part of the dolls, and she's been with them for 7 months, as the first episode ends with John Doe getting shot again in the shoulder, the other shoulder, at the end of season 1. Quiet shoots him in a shoulder, essentially to get him to stay in the inside while they don't show exactly what happened with Quiet between the 7 months. Perhaps we'll get to see that later on in the season. But now Quiet is part of the dolls. She may or may not be having a relationship with one of the women there, but I did want to take a second to just focus on the Mayhem character, who is a brand new character, but she's actually great and really fun. And Sailor Bell Kurta, who I've never heard of. She was really good in the role of Mayhem, and she's very likable. She's funny, she's cute, and she's resourceful, and it doesn't take long for her to worm her way into Quiet's little heart. Essentially takes Mayhem under her wing, starts showing her the ropes of how to drive like a maniac, like a maniac.
You sure you're not worried about the kid?
I'm sure.
So far this season has been kind of light on comedy. I was kind of hoping it would be funnier. There wasn't really a whole lot of laugh out loud moments. There's more like just every now and then a little guffaw, a chortle here and there, but there was never any laugh out loud moments where I was slapping my knee and coughing, because when I laugh really hard, because now that I'm old, I cough and it sucks and it's annoying. Alas, no moments like that happened. I was slightly disappointed that it really wasn't as funny as first season, at least so far. They kind of put too much on Will Arnett and Sweet Tooth's character in the first season for him to be almost the entire comic relief. We barely get to see Sweet Tooth so far. We saw him for a little bit in episode 1, and then we don't see him for 2 and 3. But 4 is where the kind of tournament of the show is about to happen. And I'm wondering if this is going to be the rest of the season. Is this going to be kind of like this long Cannonball Run type race that's going to go on for days, and they're going to take breaks, and they're not going to be continuously driving the entire time? So we're 3 episodes in, and the actual Twisted Metal tournament is still revving up in the background like a chainsaw. Stage fright, but at least we got to meet a cast of new weirdos, including Axel, Mr. Grimm, Dollface, and Mayhem, and we are going to meet a lot more wacky, crazy Twisted Metal tournament goers. The plot is somewhat all over the place. It kind of does go off, and they're also going to be doing 12 episodes this season as opposed to 10 last season. So to me, that already feels like maybe too long. This is just striking me as a show that doesn't need more than 10 episodes. And sometimes the tone shifts like it was edited by a blender. This show is definitely not here to win any Emmys. It's just here to run over logic with a cannon-covered monster truck. After these first 3 episodes of season 2, I'm asking myself, Would I crash this party again? And absolutely, because it's dumb. It's dumb, it's loud, and incredibly violent, but it's also entertaining in the way that watching a raccoon fight a Roomba. You're not sure what's happening just yet, but you can't look away. Season 2 cranks up the mayhem. Snicker. And honestly, I'm ready to slam the NOS button to see where this flaming ice cream truck takes me. John Doe, he's as charming as ever, still confused about his past, but is somehow now more ripped than last season. So I don't know if the bro had access to a gym in the apocalypse, or was he just lifting corpses? Quiet is still angry as ever, but talking a lot more, but she has a new knife collection that would even scare the Joker. Sweet Tooth now with 200% more singing, 300% more fire, and 1000% more what the hell did I just watch? Seriously, he does karaoke while murdering people. Name a more iconic combo. We finally get a good look at Calypso. He looks like someone poured red wine and Satan into a human mold. He's granting wishes, and shocker, they all come with a horrible catch. But what is this horrible catch? We do not know yet. But Twisted Metal Season 2 is like ordering a mystery meat pizza, only to find out it's got nitroglycerin and glitter on it. It makes no sense. It's deeply concerning, and yet I can't wait for the rest of Season 2 to come out. Is it prestige TV? Hell no. It is a violent fever dream where a clown stabs someone while quoting The Notebook. So there we have the review of the first 3 episodes. I did them all at once. I didn't want to do each episode separately because they all dropped at once, and I watched all 3 of them right in a row. Because essentially the first 3 episodes are the first act of the story, and it's all about the setup, setting up all the new characters, the world, and setting up the tournament. It is going to be a multiple day, week-long tournament. Is the rest of the season going to be this tournament? The other 9 episodes that are left, I am enjoying where they're going. It feels pretty much the same as Season 1. So far, it's not as funny, I don't find, as Season 1, but the action has been ramped up, and it's a lot more like the game, the Twisted Metal games. But there you have my Fast and Furious review of the first 3 episodes of Twisted Metal. I would love to hear your comments below for you to tell me exactly what you think of the first 3 episodes so far. Like and comment, or Sweet Tooth will appear in your dreams and ask you if you've got games on your phone. And then let me know in the comments, what would your Twisted Metal wish be? Mine would be to never see a clown do karaoke again. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to keep gaming.